Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Artificium. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is very simple. What you're going to do is shuffle this deck, deal out 5 cards to each player, deal out 6 here on the board. You'll put your round tracker here, first player marker go to whoever's first player, and then of course your score marker here as you're going around the board. You'll all start with your own player board and 5 gems off to the side. This represents coin in the game. And so the first thing you're going to be doing is looking at your cards, and you're going to be trading any cards that you want here one at a time, starting with the first player and going around, trading one card for free. So for instance, I have these things that convert wood to other goods, but I don't have anything that gives me wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade this card for this card here. And now the other players can do that as well, or if it's your very first time, you don't like any of the cards in your hand, you can discard the cards in your hand, or as many as you want, and draw from the top of the deck. But that's only for the first time you do this. Now during the second round and any round thereafter, if you still want to make any trades with the cards in the common area here, you're going to have to pay 2 coin in order to make another trade. Now, some of these cards have special abilities, like this one. You can pick up a card that you've already played and put it back in your hand, therefore playing it again at a later time. A lot of these are convert goods into other things. Some of these are get common goods, which is 2 wheat, or the one I picked up earlier, which is 2 wood. Those are the most common ones. And then the rest of them are just converting stuff all the way up on this track to where you finally get it to be a wizard or a knight. Here's another special one here. This one, for every card that you've played previous to this one, you'll get 2 coin. Nice way to get a lot of money in the game. I had another one up here. This lets you steal a level 1 or level 2 good from another player. You just pay 2 or 1 coin, and you steal it from the other player and put it on your board. Now, anytime during the game, you may sell your resources for the red amount here, or buy resources that you need for the green amount over there. Obviously, they sell for less than what you have to purchase them for. But sometimes when you really need one of these cards, you got to play them. Like, I don't know, I don't have one, but let's say I had this meat into rocks over here. Well, let's say I didn't have any meat and I really wanted to get one. Well, I could spend, if I still had my 5 coin, I could spend my 5 coin and move, and these are the goods you'd put down on the board, and move it up to rock that way, or actually get a food and then play this card and move it up to rock if I wanted to. If I ever play a card that gets me 2 of the base resources in here, you're playing these one at a time. You're playing one at a time and getting the action. So if it's 2 wheat or 2 wood, which is hopefully some of the cards you have in your deck, you'll put 2 wood or 2 wheat in that area. Now these are goods, and off your board is coin, and they look the same. That's my only complaint about the game, is I wish they would have got some coin. I did get some coins for this game that I'm going to use in future plays. I'm just trying to show you how it looks, because sometimes people accidentally brush their board and they don't know if this was a coin or if it went on here on base, especially if they're keeping their coin down here at the bottom of their player board. So it can be kind of a confusing after a while. But either way, what you're doing is converting stuff, and eventually, hopefully, converting, like I need a beer, a sword, and then a coin that I have, and then I can create either a wizard or a knight. Now in this case, it's a knight. In other cases where you see this emblem, it's a wizard. If you have those resources, you'll remove them from the board. Let's say it was a sword, ale, and a coin. So I'd move sword, ale, and coin, and then I get the knight. Now when I play this, not only do I get the victory points, every time you play a card, or except for these special cards, every time you play a card, you're going to get victory points. You got to keep remembering to move yourself up the victory track. Also, when you're moving up the victory track, you're also getting certain goods or coins as you move around the board here. Now, but once you get like a knight, for instance, what you do, you get 8 victory points, and you can move any other player back 4 points. If you get the wizard, then you get to draw the top 5 cards off the tile of the deck and play 3 of them in that, in whatever order you want. But those, and of course you will get the 8 points there. So either one that you're working to build, you're basically getting base goods, converting those goods up this track here, and then eventually hopefully getting a wizard or a knight. And all the time you can be buying and selling goods if you need money for something, or if you're trying to trade up and buy something for expensive, which is usually what you're trying to do here. And you're playing the cards in your hand. Now after the end of the round, if there is a card that you could not play, let's say I played all my cards and I just didn't have the ability to buy or have the resources to make a knight. What I can do, I got 2 choices. I can just discard the card on my last turn, that's a waste. Or if I want to, I can hold this card in my hand for the next round, because in the next round, everyone's cards get discarded and they're going to draw 5 more. And we've already wiped the board. After everyone has finished trading cards, you've already wiped this board. You're going to draw, everyone's going to drop to 5 again. And if I didn't play this on my last round, I had the choice to keep it in my hand. And so everyone draws back up to 5. You put 6 more cards out, move the round tracker again, and play it again. Of course, you're going to pass the first player token to the next player and go to 4 rounds. At the end of 4 rounds, whoever has the most victory points wins. You can also count 4 coin as 1 victory point. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? I have had this on my radar for quite some time. A good friend of mine, I can't say his first name, but his last name was Christian. I can pronounce that one. I reach out to him every couple of months, says, hey, what are you playing? And this is one he told me about, nice filler game. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'll get it sometime. You can get this game for super cheap, like 10, 15 bucks. And it's a nice game, it's a lot of fun, and there is a lot of strategy on this. Just remember, the first time we played it, we forgot to keep giving us points. Every time you play a card, you're usually getting points on it. So make sure to score those points. But anyway, a lot of good stuff here, because as you're playing cards, maybe you want to sell some goods to buy that one good. It's very expensive, but to play that one card would really gain you some good points. If you can't play a card, which does happen, it does happen from time to time, and sometimes if you don't do it right. I think one of my nephews just wasn't paying attention, and there'd be like 3 times on a turn he could not play cards. I'm like, dude, what were you doing? Because he's thinking, oh, I need to hold on to this one, it's worth 8 points. Yeah, but if you don't have the goods and you can't afford it, then you don't need to get it. So they struggle a little bit on trying to figure that out. But I love this, and as the deck can get shuffled a million different ways, the game will always be different. If you want something, like I said, people call it a filler game. It is a filler game. It goes really smooth, really fast. I got rid of a bunch of my filler games. It's time to build up a little bit more. I haven't bought one in a long time, but this is one I am keeping because I do enjoy it. Very fun game, well worth your time. All right, gamers, that's it for now. Until next time, game on!